Thank you. Thanks for having me tonight. This is great to be at the LPS board meeting. So I know all of you know me, but for the record, I'll make sure everybody knows who's here in front of you tonight. My name's Colby Koash. I'm the Associate Executive Director at your Nebraska Association of School Boards. I serve in many different capacities in that role. The one that most people are probably familiar with, in addition to my leadership responsibilities at the association, is when I put on my government relations hat. So I'm your voice collectively at the state capitol, at the U.S. Capitol, with stakeholders as it relates to public education in our state. And it's really my honor to do that on your behalf. And my purpose for being here today is very simple. It is to express our gratitude and to thank the Lincoln Public Schools Board for their membership and their engagement in the Nebraska Association of School Boards. We know you put in a ton of long hours, late nights, and sometimes we ask professional development from you. We ask you to attend our events. We ask you to serve on our boards. And particularly want to thank past and present members of our board of directors and our legislative committee. So thank all of you for doing that. And we even have 2 past presidents represented today. And so we don't take your engagement lightly, and we do really appreciate the fact that you continue to engage with us, and just want to keep that door open. And you know how to find us. I talk with all of you very frequently, and so I hope to hear more from you as time goes on. And just know we're here for you. We're your organization for you and by you. So thank you for that. I thought I would give you just kind of a high-level view of what I've been up to over the past 5-6 months as your government relations director. It was a unique session that just ended, 90 days. Well, they got done in 88, mercifully. But after 88 days, and I know in the media it may have seemed like there wasn't much happening because things looked like they were going by very slowly, but they actually did get quite a few things done, for better or worse. And a lot of the things that happened at the state capitol this year will land right here in this room. Things such as policy changes that I'm sure your legal counsel will be bringing a stack of things that the legislature has done that's going to require a look from the board at policies. And so that was kind of a theme this year, is we as the state legislature are going to take a look at what schools are doing, what we like, what we don't like, and if we think there needs to be a change, we'll maybe affect that change by mandating some type of policy change. So you may look at those policies and say they meet the intent of the statute. You may have to make some adjustments, but they did put some more work in this boardroom through those policy mandates. Of course, we have a new kind of a big shift in the way schools are funded, and that's going to be something that you're going to be paying attention to. And then there were some good things. It wasn't all doom and gloom. There's some real progress made in the area of educational workforce. So very pleased to see some things that happened that relate to educator retention, kind of opening that pipeline to teachers, smoothing out the road a little bit. And we're very, very grateful that the legislature took that task on. But they left a lot of things kind of parked for next year and years beyond. So while it feels like a little bit of a break, we're already starting now on school board's behalf and looking at what's going to be happening in the next year, how we can have seats at those tables with those discussions. And so with that, I'm happy to answer any questions and then let you get on to the rest of your agenda.
Any questions or comments? Annie?
I'll make a comment. I really didn't know what y'all did, or what NASB, I always have to think about the A comes first, did before really actually going on to the board. And what I think is one of the greatest reasons for us, for LPS to be at the table of the NASB is to the networking with all the other districts across the state, because it has really been eye-opening to me, coming from a very large district with a team of people who do a lot of work for us, and yet meeting board members who had to get up that morning and drive the bus. and realizing that we have some of the same issues, we just have to approach them from very different ways. Like, we think we do have transportation issues, but nobody's asking me to get up and drive the bus. So it's kind of like been a very, maybe I should have known, but I didn't know, or it's always just been a great place to get that conversation going. Or in this state, I think we put a lot of urban versus rural, and I think meeting at the board and meeting as we do and the conversations we have is really a more than a first step of trying to break down. There is no need for that. We all want to educate our kids. We're all doing it in the same kind of way, and we all do it better if we work together. So that has been a learning point for me, so I really do thank you, and I thank you for all the information you send us as well to help us understand how we all work well together.
Well, thank you for those comments. Working for a statewide organization, the one thing I've realized is boards are probably more similar than people may paint. I think you put it very well, that the issues are the same, how you approach them may be different. But those networking opportunities are something that's the fun part of what we do, but it really is a big return on investment from the learning and the networking and the peer support that we're able to put together for all of you. So thanks for those comments.
Any other questions or comments? I just want to add, I know you didn't come here for us to thank you. You came here to thank us, but I do have to say thank you for your leadership in the education community throughout the state. I know from talking with Dr. Neal, who was, bunkmates with you up at the legislature the last few months here. It seems like you guys spent all your time there, that your voice is highly valued, that you're a respected individual, and we appreciate all that you do to pull the state together and to try to help education speak with one voice. So,
well, thank you for those comments, and I hate to make it seem like going into the legislature is some kind of aggressive endeavor. It sometimes can feel that way, like you're kind of going into battle with your brothers, but I certainly do appreciate Dr. Neal's support. It can be a lonely place there once in a while, late at night. He's always the first one there, and we're always the last one to leave. So it's been a good for both of us, I hope, to serve together in that role. And that's also pretty fun too.
looks a little different from the other side.
It does.
Right? Yeah. Well,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Our next item is an update on middle school science.